Alright guys, we are back again with another thrifting video. Here I am back at the bins, my usual Goodwill bins. I do like to go to this store about once a week. I walk right in and the first thing I spot are these nice New Balance 609 shoes. Stick those right in the cart. I found a few things today. These Asics would have been actually pretty good. I missed that there was a mate. I find it here or I see it on camera in a second, but I didn't see it while I was actually shopping, unfortunately. I would have grabbed those. It's a special color, something to do with cancer research. So I should have grabbed those and stuck those in the cart, but you know, sometimes mistakes are made. So we've got about I picked up a lot of books and stuff during this trip to the bins, but I actually ended up putting most of them back. There was actually only one that was semi-worth keeping. I'll talk about it in the recap. But I find this baby Gund little bear plush. It was very, very cute. And then I spot this Pillow Pets Olaf. These can actually be, some of these can be pretty good. The Ninja Turtle Pillow Pets can be really good, and there's a few others like a Hello Kitty and stuff like that are really awesome. And a yellow duck. Here's one of the books I found, and it was a Chinese to English medical book. And I spot these Vans shoes, which I actually really wanted. They were quite filthy though, so I ended up not grabbing them. You think I should have grabbed these little Puggle socks? They were brand new. I don't know if they would have been worth anything or not though. I didn't look them up. There's a lot of VHS today. Most of it, obviously, just like the books, ended up going back. We did keep one to resell, and I think that one was actually pretty decent. It had a really good sell-through rate. There was a lot of these computer programming, C++ books, and stuff like that, and I tried looking up all those, and just none of them ended up panning out, unfortunately, for what we needed to do. But a lot of these educational books and stuff like that can be pretty good, so keep an eye out for them. Always look them up when you see them. This JVC DVD player, I looked up the model number. It was not worth grabbing, and I actually don't think I picked up any really heavy electronics to take home with me this day while I was out sourcing. Some decent shoes. These sandals here, just nothing special. I do miss another thing later. I didn't even put a thing on the screen about it. But yeah, I mean the bins were pretty full, but it was mostly junk this day. I actually didn't walk away with a ton. This poor Tigger, he's seen better days. Some furry boots. I don't know if these were any good or not. Again, it was just not stuff that I was really interested in this day. I did find some stuff at the thrift store next door, and I found some at the second bin store that I normally go to when I go to this Goodwill bins. They are a separate entity though. They are not a Goodwill. They are just their own thrift store called Care and Share. And I see this book here. I looked this up actually while I was editing this kids book that I didn't grab and even look at, but actually around September those do really well. They sell for about $15 with free shipping. During the rest of the year they only sell for about $3. Yeah, more of these. Again, like I said, tons and tons of books this video. Books are not my specialty, it's just something I'm trying to learn. Like I saw a cookbook there. I know cookbooks can have done pretty decently for me before, so I try to grab them and look them up. You'll see later on when I walk away a few times, like I fill up the cart and then it's not worth it because it doesn't meet my criteria for what I like to pick up. The other bad thing too is, I grabbed this, sorry real quick. I almost grabbed this fanny pack, but it's really not my style. I know you fanny pack bros out there like using them when you go to yard sales and stuff. It's just, I haven't gotten there yet in my reselling career. I think I'll just keep using my wallet. Copy of Ferngully, copy of Casper and Wendy. This 1950s Chrysler book. Some car books do really, really well. I missed that Ariel cake pan right there. Some of those Wilton cake pans can be pretty good, but that one would have been pretty decent. Again, I was just picking up more. There was, like I said, it was just a lot of the same old stuff in each bin. I don't think I did any clothes shopping this trip when I was at the bins. Clothes are the last thing I normally look at, because by the time I normally get there, which is about maybe 20 minutes or so after opening, the clothing resellers are normally there picking the bins apart. But I still have scored a couple times going in here picking up clothes. Pick up this book for a friend of mine, and pick up this book here. This one I picked up for my son, who's starting middle school next year. I think he'll like that. This manga book I pick up. Unfortunately, it just wasn't a popular series, but manga is also something always to look up if you come across it. They can do pretty well. Vintage board game. Just want to check it out, see if it's worth anything. There's also a General, I think it's General Plastics pumpkin or something like that. A vintage made in USA pumpkin in the cart. I just put it back because they stopped selling right after Halloween. And I pick up this steam vac, which thank God I saw it. It's pure steam. Because in my haul portion, I was saying how I took the hose off of it just because the machine itself wasn't complete. But I figured I could sell the hose separately. And yeah, I forgot to screenshot what the unit was, but luckily in this footage I could see what it was. Some toys and stuff. This here is a George Foreman, grill. I never picked those up. They made so many different versions of those George Foreman grills that I don't think that there are any models that are worth any money. I could be wrong. I'm not checking myself as I'm talking my way through this video. I'm just enjoying the time talking to you guys. So guys, is there anybody want to leave me a message down below if you guys have done any thrifting lately, any cool finds that you've come across, any bolos you want to let the other resellers that come into the channel know about, let me know about. I would love to learn new stuff to pick up. And here we've got, I don't even know, I found this bread machine. This one is just not a good brand. Some of these bread machines can be worth good money, or they can be worth money to part out separately. And I pick up some bubble wrap here. Bubble wrap is basically free at the bins, guys. I mean, it doesn't weigh anything. Thought this pan was going to be pretty decent, but I just realized how heavy it was, and I think that's why I put it back. With the weight, it just wasn't going to end up being worth picking up. This happy and angry octopus. Shout out the disgruntled octopus. Pick up a Bible here. Just wasn't a good one. Alright guys, we are back from our thrifting trips. This video will be basically split up into two different parts, because I have the part where I went to the bins, and after the bins I went out and did a little bit of shopping. I went to two different types of bins that are in my area. I don't normally record at the second one. The space is just a lot tighter, so I figured I would just show you what I grabbed. And then as I go through, I will throw comps onto the video. So we're going to start off with the first bins, and here is where I come up with the idea that I am getting to be a worse reseller over time, but we'll get to that in a second. So we got here these New Balance 609 shoes. They were in pretty good condition. Just have to clean out the bottoms a little bit, touch these up with a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. The comps on these weren't too bad. Everything I spent on the bins on that trip was about $21, which I feel like is a little bit more than I actually wanted to spend. But these are pretty decent. Hoping to get about 30 bucks for these. That should pay for everything. Next up, we've got this adorable plush. This baby gunned my first teddy, Peekaboo Bear. And she is brand new with the tags. When I took her out and put some batteries in her to test her, she was not working. Her arms were not moving, and this is supposed to be a automated thing when you press the buttons. But what I ended up doing was unscrewing the bottom here and dismantling this electronic mechanism, and then pulled this all the way out, which was pretty difficult to do, to be honest with you. And inside there was a gear, and I figured what was happening was that the rubber band was loose or had come off completely, and I was right. So I pulled her apart, put her back together, and she's working just fine now. Another pickup there from the bins. Oh, this is actually just a quick tip for you guys. If you guys are at the bins, don't be afraid to pick this type of stuff up. It doesn't weigh anything, won't really register on the scales. And who doesn't want free packing material? I picked up this copy of Walt Disney's Treasure Planet on VHS. I'm going to show you guys something a little bit interesting that's not on most of the listings that are on eBay. You see here, it might be a little hard in this light, but the tape is black and the top is blue. So I'm going to try to list this as maybe a special edition. It might be some type of rental edition, I'm not sure. But it has a pretty good sell-through rate for a Walt Disney, you know, I don't even know if this would be considered a black diamond. I don't know if that has to do with what the case is or if it's just something. But most Disney stuff, most VHSs aren't really that great to pick up. But this one actually has a really good sell-through rate, so I decided to grab it. Then we've got this book. I don't pick up books very often, but I don't even know if I should pick this one up. You'll see in the comps, I mean, these are listed really high with no solds. So what I'll do is I will come in and I will list this at half of what those comps are coming in at. And hopefully that would make mine sell. So it seems to be a pretty expensive book. Just no current solds on it, so I'll try to be the first one to sell it. You see in here, I'm not even going to pull it out because it's not really worth doing. I make this mistake a lot, actually. I thought I had screenshot it, whatever this was from. It's from some type of steam vacuum or steam cleaner, but it doesn't have a brand on it, and so now that I don't know what brand it is, Google Lens isn't really helping, and so that's just kind of wasted money there. So be a little bit more diligent to me when you're doing your thrifting at the bins, especially if you're going to be parting stuff out. This is from the Goodwill that was next to the bins. This is Ezra Bridger's lightsaber. I didn't know that that was whose lightsaber this was. I had to call and ask my brother whose it was. But it does light up and come on. And all the everything, the sounds and everything. That's pretty loud. Let's shut that off. That's pretty loud. So, but yeah, that works. Everything else I picked up at the bins that day was actually just for personal use. Some plushies, you know. I like this cute little happy octopus, and then I will put his YouTube video, his YouTube link here. But the disgruntled octopus. So this reminded me of him, so I grabbed that little plushie. And then my son, I grabbed him an Among Us plush. He'll like that. I bought this Crayola Batman book. Again, not the resell, but I think he'll like it. I found a book for a friend, and then I found this iFunny, a middle school story, also for my son, which I will give to him because he starts middle school next year. So that's it from that bin. Then next, after that, we have at my other bins I like to go to, these Avengers playing cards. They don't really weigh very much. I think everything here in this little pile I ended up paying about $5 for, so not too bad. This Avengers playing card set, new and sealed. They have a little less than a 50% sell-through rate, which isn't too bad. I mean, I think I saw sold for this particular one 10 free shipping, so I'll try to get, 5 plus calculated shipping, something like that, and it'll sit around for a while, or I'll just crack it open and play with them. This copy of Initial D, there's some sold comps up here for about, I think, $13 plus shipping. The ones listed were pretty low, but I'm going to copy that one that sold a little bit higher, and hopefully that will help me sell mine higher too. Better keywords in the title, maybe better stuff in the item specifics. There was only one of these listed and one of these sold, about $20 it looks like, with free shipping. This Franklin, same thing, there's 7 listed, 7 sold, and about $5. But I think altogether it basically everything cost me $4, so $4 or $5. So I think the DVDs end up coming out being about maybe a quarter, 33 cents, something like that. Here's a good one. This Jesus Storybook Bible. There was some solds there, I think, for the $20 range. And I forgot to comp this one out, but of course I will throw comps on the screen. This Angry Birds Knock on Wood game. Hopefully it is complete in there. I know that this is one of the better Angry Birds games. And in fact, I think that this is one of the ones that does really well on Amazon. But I do not sell on Amazon. It also does slightly decent on eBay. So if you guys have maybe found me through Jake's channel, J-Ride Flips, he will tell you all the time to pick these up. This is a Cocoa Motion by Mr. Coffee. I'm assuming it would be, it says tested and worked. I don't doubt. Haven't really ever come across any of these that are actually broken. And these go for about $30 to $40 depending. And I picked this up at a Goodwill, which I didn't record, I don't think, inside. I might have some footage of it, I'm not sure. But it was $4.99, and then it was yellow was half off, so I got this for $2.50. So $2.50 into $35, which is probably what I'll list that at. Not too bad in my opinion. This is one that if you look up now, you're going to see that the sell-through rate is low, and that is because it's not baseball season. But this is actually a pretty good glove as far as I can tell. This Rawlings 8526. This one is a black glove, so I narrowed down my search results by putting black. There was 3 sold within the last 90 days in about the $25 to $30 range, I believe. And so come summertime, I could guarantee that the sell-through rate on something like this will go up a heck of a lot, and that will sell. This was another good pickup. This is actually brand new. Unfortunately, the box is kind of opened and torn, but it still has the original tape. It's never been cut, and I picked it up for only $1.99. This is a Yahtzee Turbo, and I picked this up because it has a good sell-through rate. It has, I believe, 100% or a little bit over 100% sell-through rate, and the comps were looking pretty good, especially on a $2 investment. So that is all I'm going to talk about in this video. You guys will see more stuff that I picked up during the same week. We went out with my buddy James, J Philly Retro Toys. Me and him went to a sale, so that'll probably be my next video. And in that video, there will also be a lot of stops that I didn't record in. Like I went to a church sale the following day, and I didn't really, I didn't record it all in there. At first I was struggling a little bit to find anything good, but I actually found a couple really cool things. I'll show that to you guys next time. And so thank you guys for coming along with me. So if you don't mind, like, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to talking to you guys in the chat. Have a good one, everybody.